Let's assume you have a chart like this, right? That has a first touch, second touch, third touch, and there is about to be a fourth touch here. But there is a key level here, a resistance key level, that the market might likely start selling from that level towards the downward side, meaning that this whole trend is about to start being a downward trend. So how do you not take this trade? Is it when the market breaks out from here? That's when you take the trade. Let's say there's a candlestick breakout, or when the market drops towards the downward side, comes back to this level, and starts selling towards the downward side. Around this level, that's when you take the trade, right? Is it this at this point here, or you take it when the market has done a break and retest, or when the market just made a break? Now, what do you do in this kind of situation? Do you take the trade at candlestick breakout or a break and retest? All right, before I continue, these are the top 3 entry strategy every beginner forex trader must know. Now, one is candlestick pattern, candlestick. Another is chart pattern, and the last is BOC. Now, candlestick pattern, chart pattern, BOC, break of counter trend, right? Now, for this candlestick pattern is where we have those candlestick pattern like engulfing candlestick, hammer, shooting star. Chart pattern is where we have the double bottom, the double top, and BOC is break of counter trend. Now, I'm going to be talking about break of counter trend in this video. How do you enter your trade as a forex trader using break of counter trend? If you are to use break of counter trend, how do you enter your trade as a forex trader? Now, let me explain something for you real quick. Let's assume that a particular market, right, is going up, down, up, down, up, down. Now, you can see this move here is what we regard as the impulse move, while the one coming down is what we regard as the retracement move, right, or the correctional move. Impulse, correction, impulse, correction, right? So what we are expecting next is impulse towards the upward side. Now, the break of counter trend, how it works is that everything is a trend. You have to know that everything is a trend. What I mean by everything is a trend, you see this particular market now that is, okay, let me start from this one. You see this particular market now that's pushing towards the upward side. This market generally is regarded as an upward trend, right? But within this upward trend, there's an upward trend in it and there's a downward trend in it. This is what we call the upward trend, right? And this is what we call the downward trend. This is an upward trend and this is a downward trend. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. This is an upward trend, this is a downward trend. The next one is the next upward trend, meaning that this particular one you can see here is an upward trend as well, right? This move you are seeing, this slight downward move you can see is an upward trend. And sorry, it's a downward trend. Sorry, my bad. This slight move towards the downward side is a downward trend. Now let's now put this one into a microscope to look at this particular market. Where now let's assume that particular market just now I showed you is this. This is what it is if you look at it on a lower time frame, right? So if you look at most of the times, if you look at those particular markets, you can see those markets, right? Let's say you are looking at it on a live chart, you can now see that if you are able to draw a trend out of that particular market, you can see that it is actually a downward trend. So how you enter this particular market, right? How you enter such market is that you wait for it to break out the trend, right? For it to break out the trend, let's say around somewhere here, then you take your trade. Your stop loss is always below the low, and then your take profit is either at the highest level or the next higher high. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. Now, the main question is, how do you now enter this particular market? Do you enter at the break or you enter at the break and retest? Because there is a break of counter trend, there is a break and retest of counter trend. Now, which of those particular entry strategy is better? Do you enter at the break of counter trend or at the break and retest of the counter trend? Now, I'll be telling you which one is better and which one is best for you and why that particular one is better. Now, for me personally, the one I use is the break of counter trend. The reason is because not all the time you see a particular setup that will give you a retest. Not all the time that you see a particular market that will not come back to your area of retest that, oh, if it breaks, this my marker is already bad, so just bear with me, right? Now, not all the time that the market will break out and will now come back for a retest again. Do you understand? There's sometimes that a particular candlestick will just break out and the next thing the market just continue going up. So if you do not want to miss out on the certain opportunity, it is better to use the breakout of counter trend instead of break and retest. Now, break and retest, the reason why break and retest is there is because it's so you can avoid fake out. Do you understand? It's so you can avoid fake out as a forex trader. I believe you understand what I'm trying to say. Break of counter trend is better to me than break and retest of counter trend. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. Breakout of counter trend is better to me than break and retest of counter trend. So let me know in the comment section which one are you going to be using, the breakout and retest or the break out of counter trend, right? Let me know in the comment section. I'll also be making a video teaching you how to enter using double bottom and double top. So make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel, like this video, and drop your comments. What do you think about this video, right? I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.